welcome to another week of Living a Rich Life, Home Edition. I'm your host, Rich James. And in today's Rich Life recent events, coronavirus updates. So 1 million deaths worldwide, 1,000s gather to party near Florida State University after Governor DeSantis ends the restrictions. So that just sounds like more COVID to happen. A grand jury sues the release of transcripts in the Breonna Taylor case, and the billionaire president personal tax return cites only $750 was paid in 2016 and 2017. And there's more developing in that story. But I'll tell you, I'm no Trump supporter, but if he can find a way to pay less taxes legally, I'm all for it. And that's just me. Also, I don't know if many of y'all seen the debate last night. Monty, did you catch out the debate last night?
You really want to talk about this?
Nah, I want to say a little something. I'm just asking, did you see it?
I did see it. Oh,
yeah.
Every chaotic minute.
Yes, and we'll leave it at that. It was a hot mess. So with that being said, let's get into it. So here on Living a Rich Life Talk Show, we intend to inform, inspire, and remind each other the importance of living a rich life through 6 principles. Those principles are good health, strong relationships, financial freedom, goals and achievement, extraordinary experiences, and philanthropy. Today, our special guest will have you eating delicious tacos after an exciting yoga and jiu-jitsu class. He is known to provide extraordinary experiences and good health in the realm of restaurants and martial arts. With that being said, let's talk about it. Today's special guest, an amazing rising star chef and martial arts devotee. Please welcome community leader and Baltimore's food and drink extraordinaire, Mr. Carlos Riba.
Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, did I get the name right? The last name?
Yeah, you try. Raba. Yeah.
Raba.
Yeah.
So Carlos, I'm known to tear up names.
No, they are always hard, man. We all struggle with that. Yeah.
So first and foremost, one of the questions that my team put together was, tell us where you're from, and when did you know you wanted to be involved in martial arts and in the restaurant business?
Wow. Well, I'm from Mexico. I was born in Mexico City, but my mom moved my family to Culiacan, Sinaloa, which is on the north part of Mexico. So for 1983 to my early teenager life, I moved to the United States when I was 16 years old as a political refugee. So yeah, I'm 100% Mexican. Born and raised in Mexico, Culiacan, Sinaloa. Very proud of it. So that's how we started everything. It was just my whole life. I started in Mexico. I came. The story's long. As a refugee through my mom. She was persecuted as a reporter. And what developed first? The jiu-jitsu or the food? I believe my interest in food, it was always natural, as my family always was big in food and always either own a restaurant or was involved in the food industry in Mexico. And it was a passion developed just by looking at my uncles, my grandmother, my mother, the person that worked at the house, seeing how then they ran a restaurant for 5 years in Culiacan on the early 80s, and how much they enjoyed it and how much passion they put into the food. And not only that, I think my passion on food started with the passion of enjoying a gathering with good food around it. So,
right.
So that's how I started on the food. On jiu-jitsu, started as a angry teenager, man. I was playing yeah, I played football in Blair High School. Actually, I played 3 varsity years, and I wrestled in varsity as well 2 years. And with the lack of sports after high school, I fell into jiu-jitsu when I was working and looking for something to do. And lifting weights wasn't for me because it wasn't taking me the adrenaline that football or wrestling did. But when I found jiu-jitsu, it actually um, um, guided my energy to be a better person and really centralize my energy on the things that I wanted to do in life.
Ah, nice, nice. So I know we talked right before, because I did just come back from Mexico.
Yeah.
And I will say I've been there before, but this time around was different. I went to Tulum first, and again, Tulum is beautiful. And again,
it's a gem.
it's not the normal touristy spot, which I loved. I engaged with the natives. I mean, my guy that picked me up, my driver, he was phenomenal. Right, I didn't even get to check in until maybe 3 hours later, because I was like, hey, I need you to take me around, and we did all that, had a good time. Very, 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 very personable, very hospitable. And then I went to Cancun, which was a little different. That's more touristy. I stayed at an actual, all-inclusive resort.
Sorry.
Yeah, but it was really nice. I prefer Tulum. I really do, because I prefer.
Yeah, Tulum is the experience of a small town. We were talking a little bit before the interview, but yeah, it's a small town, beautiful waters, beautiful people, and it's just warm. I mean, I think the Mexican culture as a whole is very embracing and warm. But yeah, as you get bigger, then it gets a little more complicated because you have those people that want to make money and it's a different mentalities on a touristed city as a small town visitor. Yeah.
Right, right. Yeah, I had a blast. I had a blast. So let's get back into it. I just had to mention it. I had to mention it.
That's good. Yeah.
Right. So how did you come up with the names Guardian Baltimore?
So Guardian, I didn't come up with the name. Guardian started with a good friend of mine. So I started jujitsu in Rockville, Maryland, under Fernando Yamasaki and Mario Yamasaki, referees of the UFC, both of them, big names into the jiu-jitsu family. They came back in the 70s to open one of the first schools in the Rockville area. And my friend Ben was working in Twitter, and he was in California, and he was talking to one of his friends, rolling on the mats about his kids. Just
Mhm.
out of nowhere, hey, you kids, you have two kids, do they do jujitsu? And the guy was a lawyer making six figures. He was like, oh man, you're crazy. If I have myself and my two kids doing jujitsu, that will be $1,000 a month that I have to pay for the four of us to do jujitsu. And my friend Ben was like, hold up, man, how could you not afford that?
Right.
And what about the regular kids in Oakland? So he decided to quit and open Guardian Oakland 5 6 years ago now. So he quit his job, found a place, and started from zero to provide free classes, free boxing, and free jiu-jitsu to city kids without asking questions, just making sure that they were welcome and they had a place to be safe, and they also embrace something that we were so passionate about, because we not only like jiu-jitsu, but
Mhm.
it's a style of life. It's a gathering. It's some people say it's like a religion or a cult. It's culty. I've been doing it 13 years now,
Okay.
and my family knows of the friends that I have through jiu-jitsu. The friends, they became like brothers, and the whole movement of jiu-jitsu is what Ben Kovac and myself want to share to the people, because is what has helped me to come here. Not only of course, my life, my family, my
Mhm.
uprisings, but through all that 13 years were practicing jiu-jitsu 3 or 4 times, and that gave me a mentality, gave me tools that helped me to develop to the person that I am right now. So
Okay.
so that's how he came. He decided he quit his job, and he founded Jiu-Jitsu Guardian Oakland in Oakland, California. He had it for about 5 years, and I was visiting him. And I know that Baltimore, when I came to Baltimore, when I opened Clavel 6 years ago, I knew that Baltimore needed something like this. I have always been big into mentoring, because my dad passed away on the year that I was born, 1983, and my mom never remarried, but I always have strong uh, men and female figures that resemble a father. Okay,
Right.
so it was very important for me, and I know the lack of that more in the cities as Baltimore and as Oakland. You have houses where you have kids. It doesn't matter if you're talking about a parent with addictions or just a
Mhm.
parent with trying to make it through life, feeding 3 kids and paying a rent. Right now, the cost of living is extremely high through the wages that we live into. We all know that. I don't want to get into that drama because we all know it because it's very heavily on the other side. So there is the lack of sometimes you will say the older person or a mentor for those kids that they come home to an empty house. And what better place to have than a safe place and a place that they can take out all the energy
And then, right.
instead of taking it on the streets, man. It's that was the whole purpose of Guardian. That's the whole purpose of Guardian.
Nice, nice. So there's Guardian Oakland, and now there's Guardian Baltimore.
Totally separated identities. If the money in Baltimore stays in Baltimore, the money
Right.
in Oakland stays in Oakland. But yes, me and Ben Kovac have the same vision. We have the same concept. We want to help kids. We believe that every kid in America should be able to do a martial art and more jiu-jitsu because we know what jiu-jitsu does for the mind, for the body, and it's extremely good for our community.
Right, right. That's a beautiful thing. I like that. I do know, it's been a while since I've seen you or we actually talked up until today, but I know what's going on. I know what's going on with you. I know what's going on with Jason,
Yeah.
the rest of the fellas, the creamery, all that good stuff. How did you come up with the name Bar Clavel?
Um, Clavel, it was a gathering of idea of Lane, Matthew, myself, and Claudia, and 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 first we were like, I know Lane liked Amado Nervo, which is some Mexican poet,
Mm.
but it was wait. Sometimes people struggle with Clavel. You might just think about if it was an Amado Nervo, people will not know how to call it. so so there was a big ranch in Mexico called Los Claveles, and I remember it was famous in Mexico, and I like the name. Also, a clavel is one of the is a Mexican flower, and it's the first known edible flower to man. So it's a proper name. It was catchy, simple. If you look at a clavel, this is a simple flower that comes in 3 or 4 different colors, a beautiful pink, red, white. Most of the time we see it, and it's very Mexican and simple and unique. So
Ah,
sometimes you don't appreciate simplicity as much as it is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You have a clavel.
right.
So it's like it's just a regular flower. No, this is a beautiful flower as well too. So that's
Okay.
we try to do something like that to the building, to the name, to what do we do here.
Well, I will say this. I've been there. The food is delicious. The
Thank you,
drinks are even better. So there's
thank you.
nothing simple about this restaurant, though. For those that's watching and listening, Bar Clavel is an excellent restaurant, and they are open during this time,
Yes,
right?
yes, we are. So yeah, we are open for carry out and outside seating. We do carry out Tuesdays to Saturdays, and then we do sit down 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tuesdays to Saturdays as well too. You can come. You can go to the website. The website we have all the information. Instagram as well, barclavel.com and barclavel and Instagram. You can have all the information and it's a beautiful evening spending outside Clavel right now because Remington has a beautiful sunsets and we are lucky that it's right in front of Clavel and there's no buildings that block the beautiful sun. So it's a good place to chill and have a drink safely.
You know what? I haven't been there in a while. I'm coming this Friday
Yes,
outside.
please,
For,
please,
for, 4 to 10, I'm gonna bring some people with me. Jason will
please.
tell you, I'm big on bringing folks. Um, so again, we're talking to Carlos Raba,
You got it.
and
Yeah.
we're talking all things Guardian Baltimore and Bar Clavel. Excellent restaurant. So where did you get the inspiration to conduct business from two totally different industries? I mean, we're all about inspiring folks, and I know that's a lot. Two
Uh,
different industries. Talk to me, Carlos.
Well, two different passions. I'm very passionate about both. I believe that I have my family legacy and my legacy as well. I will say my family legacy is my food, and I will say my own legacy will be the jiu-jitsu. and the legacy that I reflect to my kid through jiu-jitsu. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I want to be the person that I leave not only money, but a good foundation for my kid and for the ones that surround me. I want my kid to be 16-year-olds and probably walking on Drew Hill and somebody approaching, hey, that was Carlos, and thanks to him, I found jiu-jitsu and I have done it for 15 years. That's moving.
Right.
Or going to a restaurant. The other time I was in the Avenue in Hamden, and a
Yeah.
kid came up to me, hey, Mr. Carlos, and he was a kid that I met 3 or 4 years ago, not through Guardian, but outside
Hmm.
Clavel, and I taught him how to skateboard just because I had time at the time, and I was doing it for him. And those are the things that I believe is important for me as a person, but it's also important the things that uprise me to who I am,
Hmm.
and the things that my family taught me: the cooking, the passion for cooking, the passion for gathering, the passion for helping people. Also, my grandmother always was big into helping not only kids but families. My grandfather was a man that didn't charge for 15 years to people that didn't have money. He was a doctor. So my family gave me great values, and I think the best way to honor them is passing the values along and making sure that people like you are interested in asking me where those values come from, where does passion come from, and then that's when I tell you a story of my grandfather, my mom, my brother, my the people who surround me that inspired this and gave me the fuel to do and the energy to do everything that I'm doing.
Right,
So yeah.
right. I tell you, boy, between the social media and just the few times I've hung out with you guys, the energy is always good. I got
you
to tell you that energy is always
you
good.
you have to surround yourself, man, with positive energy.
Absolutely.
I'm big into energies, and I'm big into believing that surround yourself with the right people, the right energies. You just bring the best of you.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. Your story is a little different than mine, but at the end of the day, it's still a good story. We headed in the same path.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Um, how did the pandemic affect your business? And what does the next 6 months look like for future
Ah,
events?
well, the pandemic, how that affected everybody. It not
Right.
only how affected the business, but how affected myself as a person and my household, and how that
Mhm.
affect my energy and how I was able to channel it, I will say, because you have to think about it when humans, when people are put in times that is hard, that you're not accustomed to it, which a pandemic. I have never lived through one. You haven't, so it was something new for everybody. But 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 it was hard and challenging. And again, surrounding yourself with positive people, knowing and listening and seeing what other people are doing, and sitting down with people and chatting with your business partner, with your friends, to guide the people that you have not under but they're working with you. It's a vessel. Okay, I'm like I tell most of the people that work with me, you have a bike, and you could be the front wheel, the back wheel, the seat, but every single the screw, every single wire plays a role into the function of the bike. You know what I'm saying? So you need to make sure that you pass in the information, the ideas, making sure that you also hear and and make sure that the business survives to be able to take care of the people in the community. Me and Lane believe strongly that restaurants is not only a place of food, this is a place that should embrace the community and help the people, the communities around them where it's established. I think that's our mentality since we started, and COVID brought it more to us of how much of important cities not only be in line with the community, but also being a part and being a strong pillar for the community. Because you're talking about Clavel, that we started with 20 employees, and now when COVID hit us, we were close to 60 employees.
Right. Right.
So it plays a high role into the community, because we hire most of the people that work for us live around here, and they are
Hmm.
part of the community of Baltimore. So yeah, how do we pivot from there? Is every day a different business, every day looking at what's
Hmm.
going on, not being the first one to make a decision based on information through media, because right now media is all over the place. So really paying attention to what's going on, how people feel, what's good for the business, and making sure that you're ready for the next step. Your other question was, what do you see on the next 6 months? I really don't look that far, man. I
Okay.
cannot be looking as a business owner 6 months. I see Clavel 5 6 years from now still, but six months from now it's gonna be open, and I don't know what's coming because you don't know if we're gonna be shut down in 2 months. We don't want to be shut down on 2 months. Maybe we have 100% capacity in 3 months. I don't really know, but
Mhm.
I'm telling you, on the meetings that I have weekly, we talk about it. Even if it's ugly, we have to sit down and we have to have plans, even if they tough conversations or just conversations that we need to have. You need to have it because
Right.
even if it doesn't come, you need to be ready for what's coming.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's one of the things I said when it comes to the restaurant industry and the entertainment industry in certain aspects. I mean, I'm no promoter. I'm just a radio host. So we're able to still do things online. We found that a lot of folks now are coming into our lane.
Yeah,
CNN and NBC and all that other good stuff. So I definitely
and
understand when it comes to restaurants.
and the whole concept on restaurants changed. I mean,
Yeah.
there was a time that we changed the whole concept. We were from come and sit down to come and pick up on
Right.
overnight. We closed only one day. We closed March 17th. I think it was a Monday. On Tuesday, we changed the whole system. Lane, myself, and the team in Clavel. So you're talking about how difficult is not only for the people working here, for us, non-stop thinking, non-stop uh, questioning, we'll say,
Right.
because questioning is always good. How is it going to work? But it's always the question to the future to see if it works. It's not going to work.
Right.
So,
Right.
so it's
Yeah.
challenging.
And I will say again that the service has always been good the times that
Thank
I've
you.
gone. So that's
Thank you.
kudos to you and kudos to your staff for always providing
That's
excellent service.
so with services and joy. Uh, we embrace people that work here, and we want people to enjoy working here. And like the same thing that I started telling you, if I'm good with myself and the energy that I'm providing, and the people working here enjoy Clavel, they believe what are we up for, and they
Hmm.
enjoy the people and the food, and they believe our beliefs. They're gonna enjoy. They're gonna give you good service, man. And I think that's something that Clavel does. People that work here enjoy working here, and they want you to be a part and experience the our passions, because I know everybody that works here is passionate about what we do.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so let's shift gears a little.
Yeah.
Guardian Baltimore, right? So there's a quote, a place that will nurture our community through our passion for jujitsu, yoga, and kickboxing. Tell us how you plan to accomplish this goal.
So these goals, what I want to accomplish is I want to accomplish to take kids off the streets right now. I want
Mhm.
to accomplish. How do I want to accomplish this? By providing free training for them, a free place to be. They either can do yoga or jiu-jitsu. Before the pandemic, we had classes for kids from 6 to 10 and from 11 to 17, and we were starting pretty strong. Also, I'm talking to the district attorney's office to actually get to help kids that they really into the programs, that they just take them to a library and they let me sit down instead of going there, come and do jiu-jitsu. So the whole purpose of this is to get kids busy, get them out, get them train jiu-jitsu, knowing that jiu-jitsu will give them the fundamentals that some of the kids need and they lack at home, because a high percentage of kids don't have either a father figure or a mother figure at home, or none of them. They've been raised by grandparents, and sometimes they've been raised by themselves. Man, I can I can see it. Even kids that came to through Clavel, that the brother makes sure that the brothers do the homework, and instead of coming to Clavel, they can all train and do the homework at Clavel, or
Mm,
at Guardian. Sorry. So the whole purpose is mentoring, but without the mentoring big and brother situation. When you have, I don't know if you ever did the big brother and program, when you go and try to take the kid to a movie, try to take the kid to a park, try to take the kid to do something with him, that you pick him up. Clavel, Guardian has the same interest.
Mhm.
So the kid comes to do jiu-jitsu yoga, the adult is there doing jiu-jitsu or yoga. Your membership as an adult is sponsoring the kid and is tax deductible. So it's a win-win situation, not only for the person who has a subscription to
Mhm.
do jiu-jitsu or yoga, is paying for the kid, and they both, you could be a mentor or not be a mentor. Some
Right.
people don't actually want to have the interaction with the kid, but they want to still help the kid and see what they do. Guardian is a place that you can do that. Guardian is a
Okay.
place that you can come, see the kids train, and you can train yourself. A martial art that I think is I know it is one of the best martial arts for self-defense and an awareness of your body, awareness of your mind, uh, uh, tuning in with your mind-body relation is extremely important.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you mentioned a few things there. Again, the mentors. Tell us one of the best experiences you've had while assisting or teaching a student that inspires you. Like maybe they did a
Uh,
move, they got to move real quick or something.
there has been specifics. There's been a lot because I've been involved in jiu-jitsu for a long time. But in terms of teaching and mentoring, I had a kid that is started with me in Guardian, and I opened Guardian only for 2 months. And he was an older kid. He's 17, and he is the older brother of two kids. Okay, he was helping the single mother to take care of the youngest kids for the longest, so the kid never had extracurricular activities.
Mhm.
He was he was probably, he's 6 feet, overweight, never exercised, shy. On 2 months, the kid lost weight, gained confidence, and the way that his physical communication through older people or people that are older than him, it totally changed. And he came to me. He was like, "Mr. Carlos, I didn't know stuff like this happened. I love it." And when COVID came, it was heartbreaking, sending kids home and say like, "Oh, so we don't gonna come?" No, man, I'm sorry. What are you gonna do? I don't
Right.
really know, but I will be here at some point. But it's that change that you do, and you see it on kids' lives, man. When you have a kid that goes home and nobody's expecting him, and then he comes to a place that you even ask him simple question: "How was the school? Anything I can help you with? Ready to train? How you feeling?" It makes a world of a difference, man. If you do that, he comes twice a week, and you do it for 3 years, you're gonna change the kid's life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I believe that you gotta catch them young. The younger the better. The
Yes,
younger the
sir.
better. Yes,
Yes, sir.
the younger the
It
better.
is. It is true.
So Guardian right now is, due to the current status, is closed.
Oh no, we opening. Actually, we opening this week. We
Okay. Okay.
actually a lot of schools have opened. I have visited a lot of schools to see the procedures that they're doing, and I now is the time that I feel comfortable to have classes for adults and older kids. Right now, I'm holding classes for kids 13 to 17 years old because I'm in a mission to pack my gym with kids. Instead of after going squeegee, you can
Hmm.
come here. So
Right.
I mean, anybody that you know it, anybody that is listening, please visit Guardian Baltimore.org. Visit our Instagram. Bring our kids. We provide uniforms. Okay, we don't ask for anything. If they minors, the parent or the mentor has to sign some forms, but other than that, I will give him everything. We have water. I'm trying to feed the kids through Clavel. So it's a whole community thing, man. Like I told you, we believe on building in the community. My
Hmm.
business partners have built into the community. I'm trying to build to the community too, not only onto the restaurant ways, but other ways that there is different, and it shows different passions that we have.
Nice. Nice. I knew this was gonna be a good conversation, Carlos.
Thank you, man.
Good. I knew
Yeah.
it's good. And we not even halfway there. So let's keep it going. So I know for me, some days, you know, and Monty, he usually pushes me. Some other members of my team, they push me, but some days I just don't want to get in front of the camera. I just don't want to, right? So
Yeah.
I need that encouragement, and I try to encourage myself and say, hey, hopefully I'm inspiring and reminding and all that good stuff so that someone's motivated. How do you encourage yourself to stay motivated after, whether it's a strenuous workout or whatever the case is? How do you keep yourself encouraged and motivated?
Self, I mean, I don't gonna lie to you. I have down days. I have
Hmm.
days that I doubt myself. I
Okay.
have days that I feel unaccomplished. But I also have days that I feel very accomplished and satisfied with what I do. But it's always keeping my head up, knowing that what I do with my heart, with my passion. Like I told you, I'm a very passionate person. If
Hmm.
I believe in something, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it to the best of my abilities. Um, I'm I'm very strict to myself, and I'm very hard on myself sometimes. And always, like, I repeat myself, you have to surround yourself with the people that are good for you. I surround myself with
Right.
people that care about me and know what I need.
Right.
Having a partner in your life that understands how you are and what you need is extremely important. My wife Claudia does that. She knows when I need jujitsu. She knows when I need my room. She knows when I have uh, ideas in my mind that I need something else that is the stay at home, or something else that the clavel or guardian it is, or it's very important to have a balance in life. So I try to have a balance in life. Sometimes it's hard, but I think having a balance in life and staying focused to your passion and what you want to do and how you want to project yourself to other people and your idea is very important. And that's the whole thing of like we say, a legacy. I really wanna have a good legacy, because my dad got murdered in 1983. I did not meet my father. My father was presented to me in pictures, but his legacy lived through memories, through my grandmother, through my mom, through through my uncles, through the 6 years that he lived with my brother, and that extent of time is very important from him, and what he did, he left a legacy to him. So that's the same thing for me. That was keeps me going, keeps me motivated, keeps me getting nap. Sometimes when I train and my professor kicks my ass and Vicente Junior, and I'm telling you, man, he's 144 pounds and he runs over me. I don't want to do jiu-jitsu sometimes, and he looks at me, he's like, "Come on, man, we have bad days, we have good days, and just keep going. Surround
Right.
yourself with people to push you."
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely important. I don't have a significant other, but I do have folks that push me. My youngest daughter, she keeps me motivated. She's a main reason for some of the
Yeah.
changes in my life. So
Even
yeah,
even if
definitely.
even if it's not it's not only my wife, but also Lane and I, my business partner in
Right.
Clavel, we're
Yeah.
extremely hard to each other. I think one of the hardest critiques that we have is each other, and we are open to hard conversations and pushing each other. If she doesn't push me to have the same vision that we come, and to be um, more creative,
Mhm.
and be able to evolve as a business, who's going to challenge you? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I think that's a really important part of Clavel, is that the challenge of not only me and Lane, but Lane with the team, and me with the team, and me with the kitchen team. uh, I'm not stubborn. I'm a pretty friendly guy, but I'm straightforward to tell you what I like and how it should be done, and that keeps you going. And it's the whole thing is of being a leader. I mean, I think on the times that we face right now is something that we lack in. We saw it last night. It's like you don't see leadership having a debate like they have. I don't want to get political, but on the team it reflects everything. Like right now, everything reflects in leadership. Every reflects. If you have a restaurant, if you have a bar, if you have a gym, if you have anything that you have that you lead in, is going to reflect on how you are and how you
Yeah.
lead with those people.
Yeah. My executive director, she always tells me about leadership. She always tells me about you
I was,
know.
yeah, man. I was pounded with leadership on early work life with Whole Foods. They were big into leadership. They were big into. They wouldn't call you a store manager. they will
Mhm.
call you a team leader or
Right.
store leader. You know what I'm saying? So it was,
Right.
and it was a lot of education through that. But yeah, man, it's all about leadership and how you project yourself. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes I don't do it right, but it's sometimes be able to say, yeah, I'm sorry, I messed it up, or like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's, it's, it's kind of hard too.
Sometimes, yeah, that it is. That it is. All
Yeah.
right, so we're gonna shift gears one more time again, talking about Bar Clavel. Um, so tell us about the amazing menu. Folks heard me say how good the food is, how good the service is. Tell us about the amazing menu and how you came up with the mezcal tasting room idea.
Well, the menu, the food menu is just an inspiration of my life, an inspiration of how I see. I have always believed that food is very important because it's built through memories. Everybody will remember where they had the best meal of their lives and with who.
Mm,
Okay, they always
yeah,
will remember that, and it's something that is always it's always been in my memories, memories of ceviches, the memories of tortas de cochinita from one of my aunts. So all that and the challenge to become better chef and to become a better establishment and pushing myself has evolved through the 6 years and brought the menu to what it is now. Um, and the mezcal tasting is through Lane's passion to mezcal. I mean, she was the first and only one that brought mezcal to Baltimore. That is
mm,
true. 5 years ago, nobody knew about 6 years ago, nobody knew about mezcal in Baltimore. She went to Oaxaca and brought a bottle and started serving it on WC Harlan to everybody that walked in for free because she was passionate about the spirit. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
And the serving, the tasting bar came as an idea of Lane and I of because we take the team to Oaxaca every year to tasting bars to get experience to know what are we selling to get passionate about what we're selling, why are we selling, why are we selecting the mezcal that we're selecting, why the we supporting the growers that we supporting or the techniques that they have and they become passionate. And the best thing to do was to bring that passion to Baltimore and educate the
yeah,
people of what are they drinking and why is it so beautiful
right,
the spirit of mezcal. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So
right,
that
yeah,
was one of the things, and you have a extremely talented bartender, Dre, on the bar that he's extremely passionate about bartending and extremely passionate about mezcal, and he actually enjoys teaching you about mezcal, about the origins of mezcal, about the process of making mezcal, about the
mhm,
different types of plants. So it's again a reflection of passion, a reflection of challenging our team, a reflection of mentoring and educating the public to to see the beauty of not only just mezcal, but the beauty of my country and the beauty of Mexico and its cuisine and its people too, because it's
right.
a it's the whole thing that ties together at the end. And,
Correct.
and,
Yeah,
and
it's a connection.
yeah, and I think that's the whole beauty of when people used to come and sit down in Clavel, they used to come and enjoy the drinks, enjoy the food, enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the servers, enjoy the people who bring you the food, the people who's making you the food, because you see them too. The people who is in the line, you will not see me there because I believe sometimes that when I come to the night is I bring a little bit of nervosism, or people can my line cannot be the same. They develop their own styles and their own I would say styles of working the line, and that's the beauty of Clavel. That you
Right.
come and you see different bartenders, different people in the kitchen, different servers. Every single one is unique, and is the beauty of this building.
Yeah, everyone's unique, and you still get that outstanding service
Yes,
and
yeah,
outstanding food.
yeah.
That doesn't, and I'm going to say this live. That doesn't always happen. I've been to some restaurants where you can tell that the cook has changed. That's so.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the one thing
yeah,
you do get there.
yeah. It's extremely important for our industry standards. It's standards on freshness, standards on food quality, standards on your people. It's all about your people, man. It's all
Right.
about the systems that you have, the systems that you implemented to your restaurant, and your people, and how you present them your product to them so they can present it to the public, because they are the first line of attack. Your servers, your cooks, because you don't see me, you don't see Lane, you see our servers, you see our
Right.
kitchen. So they need to understand us to be able to be passionate to serve you what we want to serve you.
Exactly. Question for you. What's your favorite drink and entree at Clavel?
Aguachile verde, and I will have a beer and a mezcal. I'm a beer guy and I'm a mezcal guy. I will have a Pacifico and I will have a Búho mezcal, or I will have a Pasilla. But and I will have an aguachile. I love our ceviches. Um, when I feel hungry, I have a. I always, when I feel hungry, I have a quesadilla, a ceviche, and a taco, and a beer and
Okay.
a mezcal. When I used to come and sit and eat here, but right now I'm in a burrito fever, man. We have burritos now, and they're really good. It's funny because when we opened Clavel, I said that I wasn't gonna serve chicken. Okay, that
Okay.
didn't last long because I served chicken on the second year, and
Hmm.
then I said I was never gonna do a burrito, and then the pandemic came and we did the whole 360 burrito because we closed the restaurant, and I was like, God, what are we gonna do? I don't think a taco travels well. I think if you take a taco to go, you're gonna go home. It's hard to warm up. It
Hmm.
gets soggy, and
Yep.
you cannot eat. It's not the same experience of having a taco here. So I was like, what can I give you value? Why can you leave in the refrigerator and warm up again? What can fill you up? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? When you at home right now, people were sad. People were. It's like sitting down and having a tub of ice cream for me. It's like sitting down and eat a burrito. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Right. Right.
And you sit down like, you know what? I'm gonna take a nap and I'm gonna be happy.
Right.
So
Right.
that was a lot of one of the questions, like, how do you change? He was thinking, how can we come, because you're not coming to my establishment. How can I go to your house and give you the smile that you had in my establishment by eating my food and drinking the drinks with a
Right.
quart of margaritas and a burrito? Trust me, you were gonna have a couple of good days. Okay, so yeah.
He said a couple of good days. I like.
Yeah, a quart of margaritas, 7 margaritas.
Right.
So don't finish in one night, okay? So, so yeah.
Oh goodness, that's funny. That's funny. So we talked about the food, we talked about the drinks, and again, I think people really are the deciding factors when it comes to restaurants and especially a customer service. So how did you choose your team to represent Clavel, and how did you maintain positive experiences during this COVID-19?
Uh, how did we? Well, how do we choose our team? Most of the people that work for me in the kitchen and on the front of the house, either some of our customers or people that started with me since the beginning. Most of my kitchen has been since day one, and
Mm,
as we go, I'm big into developing. I'm big into starting you as a dishwasher and teaching you everything until you become my butcher or you become one of my cooks. The same thing with the people in the line. Started slow, and if you can run the line in 2 3 years, is one of my biggest gratitudes, and I enjoy seeing people doing better for themselves. And most of the front of the house people, either customers or friends of a person who work here, and again share the vision, share the passion, and actually they were striving to be a part of the team. So yes, that's most of the time how we choose them is they choose us, and then we don't go and choose them. They come, and we have most of the time our manager Caroline and Lane choose the front of the house, where on the back of the house is most of my ability and what I do on those. But yeah,
so
it's careful. It's hard hiring, man, too,
yeah,
and also it's
yeah,
hard on these times to hire.
right.
Um,
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So let's talk about, because you mentioned some terms there. Again, my team did some research, so I went and looked crazy. So I know about the front of the house, the back of the house, on the line. Can we share for those that are watching that don't really know what those terms mean.
So in the front of the house, you have your servers, you have your manager, you have your bartenders, you have your hostess. The back of the house, you're gonna have your dishwasher, you're gonna have your line people actually serving you the food, making the tortillas, prepping, cutting your cucumbers, butchering meat. We butcher fish, lamb, cows here. So I have a whole team of butchers, and I have a whole team of cooks, and also people that make salsa, cut everything that is in your plate, from the cucumber to the tomato, is being touched multiple times to make sure that is the right temperature, that is the right ripeness as a fruit or as a vegetable. That if it's seafood, is it has the right process, it has the right smell, it has the right texture, it has the right temperature. So all those positions have to do with coming to your table. Without one, front of the house, back of the house, it just doesn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
It's a whole system. And through the COVID thing, it's just been so eye-opening between the difference of back of the house, front of the house, communication, pace, cultures. Is people? I don't see it as a positive thing. Don't get me wrong. The pandemic, okay, it's something extremely negative. It's
right.
something that is devastating to families, is devastating to humanity, to communities, but it makes us stronger. It's we develop techniques. We see ourselves. We can self-analyze our business. We can self-analyze ourselves and become a better person, and become a better actually prototype of yourself, and that's what we're looking for. I believe, I really strong believe that Clavel will be a better restaurant coming out of pandemic, and I believe Guardian will come stronger out of the pandemic as well too. So
Right.
no, it's bad. There are bad times, but during the toughest times is when you learn the most.
I agree. Through challenging times, you can either step up or you're going to step away, right? So I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that's what
and
you
it
got
is
to do.
the whole way of thinking. A lot of people say, yeah, this is tough times, I'm going to become better, but are you actually doing something different than you were? Are you actually challenging yourself to be a better person? Are you actually looking at yourself as a person, and as a human, or as a professional, as a husband, as whatever you do? Are you really paying attention to what you're doing and how different you are from 6 months ago? I mean, those are the real questions that you want to get into yourself. And I
Right.
ask myself when I drive or when I wake up, like, am I really doing what my goal is? So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Tell us what pet peeves does Carlos have? Any pet peeves?
Wow. Wow. Yes, I have a lot of them. I mean, I'm I like a clean kitchen. I hate dirty floors. I
Uh-huh.
hate dirty stainless steel. I'm a non-dated stuff. If you come to my cooler and it's a container without a denomination and a date,
Uh-huh.
I lose it. I'm very, yes, man. I'm very into having it the way that I teach, or the way that I
Mhm.
believe is right, because well, I think is right. That's why I'm teaching you the methods to do it, but I have to follow up and make sure that you're doing so. It's
Okay.
um it's an organic
Right.
system. So yeah, for example, dates or stuff that I ask him to do, or measurements, or following a recipe. Those are pet peeves. If you don't follow it one time, I teach you. Two times, I teach you. Three times, first strike, and homie, please learn. I teach you again. I smile at you. I'm a very patient guy sometimes, but yeah, that's one of my pet peeves. People not following systems. I
Oh,
think it
it
just
keeps you
pisses me off.
going, right? Because
It
that's what
pisses me
keeps
off.
things going.
you can tell I'm like yeah, it pisses me off. So
Oh,
yeah,
goodness.
and it's hard for me too, man, because sometimes I'm wrong, and
Right, right, right.
that's when it comes the worst, when you tend to tell them, yeah, you do it, and they like, oh, no, 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 and then they write like, yeah, you're right, man, I was wrong, we gotta change it. So yeah.
Okay, okay, that's funny. That's funny. One question I always like to ask: superpowers. I think everyone has a superpower.
Oh,
What is your superpower? And I'll help you out here. I'll go first. So I think my superpower is connecting people, connecting
okay.
good people that can help each other. I've discovered I know how to put good folks around each other, have a good time, whether it's business, personal. That's my superpower, connecting folks.
Um, I will think my superpower is making people smile.
Okay.
I not only through food, but sometimes through my personality. I'm a person that I enjoy seeing people smile, and I enjoy giving people, I would say, happiness and a good time. I mean, you see it through my circle of friends. I always enjoy a good hug and telling people that I care for them because I'm a pretty lovable person. Uh, I mean, I don't say it to a lot of people, but I do enjoy making people happy. Yes.
Right. All right. That's what's up.
I
That's
love choking people too, and trust me, and doing jujitsu. But I think giving people happiness, I think is my superpower.
okay. So someone asked the question, what was the last thing someone said to you that was truly profound?
Profound in terms of me being offended,
Um, Not,
or
I guess anything that you were able to say, hey, aha moment. That's what I'll take from that. What was the
uh,
last thing someone said to you that was truly profound? An aha moment.
an aha moment.
Aha moment.
Uh, I was
Someone someone told me, I was like, oh well, and it was just probably with them. I had to be more consistent. So I was like, yeah, probably with you.
with I think with me is being able to channel my energy and a person set me down and actually was my professor that sometimes my face doesn't help me. I'm very
Mhm.
expressional style, so sometimes
Ah,
yes, sometimes I look angry. So
it's
so
written all over your face.
yes, so and it doesn't help. I have cauliflower ear, crooked nose, and like it does not help the whole communication. But sometimes I'm trying to learn to listen, sometimes being able to receive feedback and going home and sitting down on the feedback and reflecting on it is something I did not do. But so when somebody told me that, I think it was hard for me,
Okay.
knowing that I was. It was very hard for me to talk because I was so, I would say, alpha, or so because I'm passionate. When I come to talk about food or talk about jiu-jitsu, I'm very passionate. So
Right.
sometimes it could be aggressive, and some people cannot express themselves to you because my energy. So channeling my energy, I think is it was that was my aha moment when somebody told me that it was very close to me that learn to listen because sometimes it could be intimidating, and that person that intimidated could have a great idea for me. So I'm learning to that. I'm not 100% there yet, but it's something that I've been working on the past 5 years. So
Okay. Okay. Someone says, what is your one thing that you would change to improve your world or the world at large?
well, first have more kids doing jujitsu because
More
that would be
kids.
amazing. But
Okay. And right
but
now you got 13 to 17. So we're gonna let you share that information before
yeah,
we close out. But 13 to
so
17, right?
yeah, something that I will do myself for the world.
Yeah. What
Uh,
one thing you would change to improve?
what changed to? I think the people. I think people the people who lead us. I
Hmm.
mean, get out and vote. I mean, I don't want to be a politician guy, but I think the reflection of the United States is not who the people that lead us right now.
Gotcha.
I think I will change that. I think I'm in love with this country because I live in Mexico 16 years. I have been living here 22, and it's a beautiful country with beautiful cultures. And I think the whole mixture of people, races, ethnicities, it makes it beautiful. And I think it should be reflected in our government as well. And it's not. And I think I embrace that. And I think it's something that I will change. I will change communication. I will
Mhm.
change solidarity between the people and actually understanding.
Okay.
And I think I don't want to say, but I think jiu-jitsu helps you a lot. Being able to act into panic modes, act in ways when you have a lot of pressure and express yourself.
Okay, so let's talk about that. I mean, the martial arts piece, because my uncle, he rests in peace. He was a fifth-degree black belt in karate. He fought Chuck Norris, he fought
Hmm.
Bruce Lee, Jim Kelly, all these folks before they came famous. So so let's be clear there. Um, he used to say, I used to say, can I get that trophy about this high? He'd be like, sure, you're gonna have to fight me for it.
so, I mean, jiu-jitsu is the only martial arts that allows you to do it 100%. I can go and I'm gonna go and train at 7, and I can go and choke, try to choke or try to break an arm, and you're able to tap. Okay, so because you're able, if I'm a boxer, I cannot train with you 100%. I cannot spar with you 100% because I will go either
Right.
my brain damage or something will happen. The same thing goes with karate. The same thing goes boxing, football. You cannot do it 100%. Also, it's not an individual sport. When you're doing 100% and you put in 100% of your stamina and 100% of your technique, it takes you to places where other martial arts do not take you. When I'm trying to choke you, when I'm trying to armbar you, and if you don't tap, you're gonna get your arm broken. You're gonna pass out to do the choke. It puts your brain in places that it's not been. Okay,
Mhm.
that only not helps you in the streets. It helps you in every situation. For example, I boogie board. I went to boogie board a week ago, and there were extremely high currents, extremely high waves. I was tired, but I had to keep pedaling. Jiu-jitsu helped me going through
Right,
that,
right.
focusing. Okay, and it's the same thing of a kid. If you have a kid, I always put this example. If you have a kid that does not know how to make decisions, he will make the wrong decisions, or somebody else is going to make the decision for him. That easy. Okay, Jiu-Jitsu will put you into a place that you will acknowledge the place that you are, acknowledge how you are. Am I breathing okay? Am I in danger? Is it okay to do this? Or is it not okay to do that? Should I move this way? Should I move that way? Oh, if I move this way, he's gonna choke me or pass me or do something. You know what I'm saying? So it develops the mind, the body, and the connection between mind and body, which is extremely important. And more for kids because right now what you have is kids with a lot of energy. There is no such thing as a bad kid. Okay?
Mhm.
It's just bad systems. Okay, so if we don't have good systems and the way for them to channel their energy, they're gonna channel it the wrong way, and that's what's happening in the cities. Okay, you go to you have empty basketball courts, empty gymnasiums, you have empty schools, and what you have every single corner filled with kids. Okay, they want to make either get busy, make money, trying to do something because there is no job. So that's what I'm trying to do. Come here, get tired, get in tune to yourself, start developing skills, start developing an actual self-awareness of what you want to do in life, and talk to people. You will
Right.
face a person like me. You will face another person that is maybe a cop. You will face another person that is a teacher, maybe a yoga instructor, maybe a lawyer. The jiu-jitsu community is wide and is very diverse.
Right. Is there any advice that you want to give for our viewers interested in doing what you do and patronizing your business? What advice would you give to our viewers?
Um, if you're interested on good food, Mexican culture, good drinks, come to Clavel. It's a place that we put a lot of passion into it, and it's a place that it belongs to our community, and we do it for our community as well too, with Guardian as well too. We want to impact our community, so we have a place for the city. We want to embrace our city. We want to be a highlight of the city, and we want to actually highlight the beauty of Baltimore, which I think is a little bit of a reflection of Clavel, and also where Guardian will be when we back and open too. So it will reflect the community. Like I said at the beginning, a restaurant is just not a place that is going to sell food. A restaurant should be a place of community and reflect the community. So if we have a beautiful restaurant with beautiful conversations and gathering, it's a reflection of our city because our city is the one that comes and eats.
Beautiful, beautiful. So again, we're talking to Carlos Raba.
Rava, yeah.
Raba, yes. We're talking Clavel. We're talking Guardian Baltimore. Your social media is it's bar underscore Clavel
That is correct. And then
and
Guardian Baltimore.
Guardian Baltimore is
Yes.
also, and that's IG. Follow both those pages. Website. You have a
Website barclavel.com, and then you have guardianbaltimore.org because it's a nonprofit.
Okay.
And
So keep going, keep going.
and again, right now, anybody that is listening, please, I'm I'm passionate about helping kids. There's a lot of kids in Baltimore. If you have access to kids, please visit us our website, see how can you get them involved, and see the difference that we can do in our community as a team. Okay, we need a community effort to make changes in our community. It's not just it's not a single person. It's all working together to making sure that the kids know that we're here for them and that they have the tools. And then if we don't have them, trust me, I will do my best to get them there. So to provide a better everyday life to them.
Sweet. Thanks a lot, Carlos.
Thank you,
So,
man.
again, we want to make sure. I'm going to tell you, I will see you Friday. Well, if you're there, I'm coming down to the restaurant
Text
Friday.
me. I'll be around. Yeah, I make
Okay.
sure I'm around. Yeah.
All right, I'm coming down Friday. I'll text you when around time. I'm gonna bring some folks there to have some food because it's been too long. That's
Yes,
the first thing.
please do
All right.
enjoy.
And then I will definitely also follow up and get some folks. I do know some kids. I'm part of this program. It's called the Grow Program. It's a mentor
Please.
program, and we'll definitely make something happen. So
I will set them up. I have anything they need. I need kids with energy and a will to come and train.
all right, good deal. So I want to thank you for spending time with us
Thank you,
today.
man.
It's
Thank
been
you.
a pleasure, a conversation that was overdue, but we
Thank you.
made it happen.
Yeah, I
All right,
appreciate it. Thank you, man.
all right, keep doing what you're doing, and I want you to always keep being inspired to live a rich life.
Yes, I will, man. You always have to.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thanks a lot,
Bye-bye.
Carlos. All right, so there you have it, folks. Special guest Carlos Raba, owner, chef, entrepreneur, Clavel Restaurant, Guardian Baltimore. I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for listening. I will make sure that this link gets to Carlos so that he can share on all his platforms. This has definitely been one of the best interviews I've had for this year, and I appreciate Carlos taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you, man.
So until next week, once again, this is Living a Rich Life Talk Show. I'm your host, Rich James. I want you to make sure you go out and vote in November, but keep being inspired to live a rich life. Have a good night.
Sir, you was cold folded. Whenever